left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Again, you tuned in to World Combat Sports. Salute everyone. Big shout out to the WCS supporters. They the ones that matter. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the WCS supporters, man, first and foremost. And to think about it, we midday through the week. I mean, what more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? I think they should take a day off the week. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a shorter week. We can get everybody mindset back into the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, the weekend should be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So we can have more time to try to figure out what's going on with boxing. We need Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So somehow, some way we can start a respectable union on trying to figure out what the hell going on with the damn confusion, distortion, corruption, and everything else of this firestorm of a system that we call boxing, y'all. That's what it is. Today we talking about the one and only Devin Haney, Bill Haney. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. I was looking at checking out his live video, so shout out to Nest TBV. This is what I want to speak on with the situation with Devin Haney. You know, we've been waiting for the WBC lightweight world champion Devin Haney, 27 victories, 0 defeats, 15 coming early by stoppage. With how the process has materialized with him stepping through the ropes with George Kambosos. That's the big question of the year right now. DBMH. First on deck, man. Salute WCS. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up. The big question is Devin Haney, George Kambosos. Let me put something up for you to take a peek at. All right? Because I need some clarifications from the individuals that's in the live chat about this fight and, you know, what's really going on behind the scenes with this fight. We need some clarification because it seems such an easy fight to make. Real talk. This seems like an easy fight to make. But when you listen to all the media, we read, we listen to the audios from the live chat and everything else. Just take a look at the poll that was taken. Listen. This is ever since George Kambosos stepped out of the ring with Teofimo Lopez. This seems like an easy choice to make. Kambosos told us that he was going to clear up any doubt. He was going to clear up any confusion. He put it out there that he was going to be the one. Since then, let's just go back to post-fight when he said, you can have a rematch over in Australia in the 80,000, blah, blah, blah. He immediately started selling the lemon. He attempted to sell the lemon to Teofimo Lopez. Teo said, nah, fuck that, man. I got other shit on my mind. I'm going to 140. It's been too much, for me to cut weight down. Him going to 140. So the highlight shines on George Kambosos selecting another opponent. That opponent obviously to the sound mind and body over here in the universe of individuals that operate off a neurological system that's called the brain. We'll look at it and say it's only one other belt out there. There's a unique backstory. It sets up a nice, very suspenseful plot for this fight to happen. That is, Teofimo Lopez never stepped up and took the fight with Devin Haney. Several other fighters in the lightweight division. So therefore, what we should do, Kambosos should have took the residue that was coming off the Teofimo Lopez win, being that he didn't step in there with Devin Haney, knowing that the people was protesting for Teofimo to step in there and fight for the last title. Protesting. They've been protesting for quite some time. It's a dynamic backstory to this to this lightweight division. So since Kambosos now have all the chips, there's one more crown up out here. So it's one more crown out there to be challenged. That crown is the coveted WBC title. Now, of course, we have something to say. Even myself, we had something to say how he received it. Now, guess what? We already know that story. That's done and over with. That's done and over with. He'll have stepped in there with Linares and JoJo. The way he received it is done and over with. He's defended it. It's done. It's a wrap. Now we're looking at a poll. Check this poll out. This poll represents the same energy that was given for Teofimo Lopez to step in there with Haney. People criticized, denigrated the man, called him all sorts of names, and say you should be in there challenging for Devin Haney's belt. When Kambosos won the motherfucking titles, he pretended like he was going to be the next in line. Oh, fuck that. I don't want no easy fight. Fuck that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Bullshitting the people as always. That happens a lot from boxers. You know what I'm saying? That happened a lot in boxing, and it happened a lot from boxers. Kambosos is the next in line. All he has done was sell the boxing fans that's not even absolutely on his side, first of all. But what he did was sell the boxing fans a white lie. He sold the boxing fans some bullshit. He knew from the beginning, once he was talking about watching Gervonta Davis, waiting for Gervonta Davis, he was going on his little media excursion over there in Vegas. He was going to wait for Gervonta Davis, and he was gonna wait for Devin Haney. He was gonna wait for Lomachenko. He had a lot of waiting, but ultimately, I told the people what I say. His ultimate goal is to get in there with Lomachenko, because for Kambosos, he believes, in my opinion, he believes for one, Lomachenko would be a better sell over in Australia, right? He believes, this is what I believe, this is for me. He believes that Lomachenko, having the background that he does with 2 gold medals and a mediocre professional career, but yet still considered one of the best fighters pound for pound, just off whatever they assessing that to, he still has value to that. He believes Lomachenko looks the part. Seriously, in my opinion, he looks the part. He has all the credentials. People love him, and Kambosos want a friend. He wants somebody that's gonna be respectful, that the Australian crowd will like. That's who he like. That's who he wants to be there, the dance partner. But when you think about Devin Haney, his road has become very, very bumpy. You know what I'm saying? It went from a paved road to gravel. His compeers and colleagues in the lightweight division decided to go on a duck fest. Nobody wants to step in there. So I'm not buying. What I won't buy no more is the fact that Haney, he don't have any power. He don't sales. It's a lot more than that that's going on here. Because to me, in my opinion, if you got a fighter that don't have power, right? but yeah, he can box. You should be able to go in there and have success like you did with Teofimo Lopez, that Cambozo. But that's not it. Cambozo understands totally that a fight with Haney, with his speed and his technical know-how and discipline, would be a problem for him. He knows probably that Haney is going to be in a better headspace than Teofimo Lopez was when he stepped in there. Cambosos understands that over in Australia, he's not sure. He's not sure how to go over there and promote that fight because he don't have confidence that he'll go in there and win the fight. Because you're talking about a much younger fighter, much smarter fighter, a fighter, in my opinion, has a higher ring IQ than Cambozo. But yet he's willing to take that risk with Lomachenko for the bag. He feels that more people will come to the arena in Australia and pay to see Lomachenko. It's just like Joshua Vladimir Klitschko. More people come to the Australian arena to see Lomachenko fight him than they will Devin Haney. Lomachenko's 33 years old, much older fighter right now. We're not putting too much in his last two fights. There was a common opponent of T.O. and Masayoshi Nakatani and Richie Comey. Common opponents. Lomachenko, defeated Nakatani too. Even though, Lomachenko stopped him, it don't matter because, goddamn it, he crushed Richie Comey in 2 rounds, and Lomachenko went the distance. So you can play around with those and juggle those freaking results all you freaking want. But when you look on the screen at a poll that was on the Boxing Voice, and you say 62%, 62%, y'all, like, what the fuck am I like, dude? I want to go find a goddamn elementary and go sit down and say, teacher, can you please explain percentage to me again? I know as a society we operate off a 0 to 100% scale, right? So therefore, I'm looking at this poll right here, and the numbers are as follows. They have 2. The question is, should Cambozo fight Haney, since he is saying he will take the same offer for undisputed? So 62% say, yeah, they'd like to see Devin Haney, right? One of the names. And then Lomachenko, he's at 33%. Damn near half. So I want to ask, like, why isn't boxing able to process this so simple poll? Why isn't someone in boxing that's a shakers and movers able to make this shit happen? Why is it always got to be about who's the dirtiest, who's the grimiest, who's trying to get this, that, and the other? The poll says 62 fucking cent. 62%. So if you have, no, it's not just the TBV audience now. Like, this bleeds outside of his audience. You can't have a separation of individuals wanting to see this fight. Out of 978 votes. Now listen, I'm not being naive about it. I know how much, where the numbers run in the populace, right? But the U.S. populace has nothing to do with the boxing populace. It's a different community and a different amount of individuals we have to be concerned about. But if you have a huge gap from Lomachenko to Devin Haney, why wouldn't it be that easy for the promoters and the managers to get together and get the documentation to make this happen? Another big question: why is the poll based off what Devin Haney will take? How is Lomachenko signing his side of a 2-fight without Haney being presented that? Or I should ask the question, did they receive it? Bill didn't give any indication that they received a 2-fight deal or whatever the money breakdown was and all that. But if it's okay for Lomachenko, right, to sign this deal, I'm curious to know who's to blame when it comes from, what was sent over to Team Haney. What did they get the same deal? Obviously not, because he said he'll take it. So I want to know what deal was given to Devin Haney for him not to be selected as the numero uno to step in the ring with George Kambosos in what, mid-year? How is that? I want to know the details, because if 62% doesn't affirm something, just sit up here and say, you know what, that's too big of a gap for Haney not to be in the consideration process with signing the document. His name should be at the top of the damn article saying, Devin Haney has signed his 2-fight deal and so forth. Not only that, I want you to listen to something right quick. This is what's puzzling to me, right? That's why I say, who's to blame in this whole deal, because it get confusing. Listen to this right quick, because this is very confusing. Boxing is a confusing sport, dog.
We'll do that too, and we're gonna put up some money.
No, I
just
want to go through all the talking points so that they hear it verbally and they don't say, well, he never said they willing to fight twice in Australia. Loma's willing to fight twice in Australia.
Hey, brother, we willing to fight whatever deal that Top Rank, before you do a deal, listen, if you get it down to Loma said he fight for free, then we fight for free. How about that? Now, how about that?
If Loma said,
no, we've been getting money. We've been getting money, and it ain't no secret. You see what I'm saying? Money is not the issue. I just told you we're fighting for free. If it gets down to Loma, we'll take 100,000. We'll fight for free, my man.
Now, Bill, I don't think you fighting for 100,000, because y'all just not cut from that cloth. Y'all work too hard to be in that position to fight for 100,000 on such a fight of that magnitude. I understand where you're going, but once again, Bill is saying he'll pay him out his pocket. Now, my only thing is, with an offer like that, how can Kambosos refuse? Let's just say, Kambosos, you getting paid whatever you and Lomachenko is signing. Kambosos haven't signed his side. It's just Lomachenko has signed his promotional side, right? So he gets the deal that Lomachenko has, plus Bill Haney is saying that he will cut a check out of his own money. Now, I don't know the numbers that's attached to that check. I'm just going off my reporting analytics of what the audible was when I was listening to it. I don't know what that type of money is, but it sure enough seemed enough to be inviting to make this motherfucking fight. Like, if you're telling the man you're going to come out the pocket, well, the first thing Team Kambosos say, okay, let's see if he willing to come out the pocket for extra million. For extra million. I get the money that I'm getting, that you said you'll take what Lomachenko's taking, right? Boom. You get that. And I'm getting what I'm getting. Plus, you pay me an extra million, the fight is yours. That's the fine details I need to know. I need to know the line for line. You know what I'm saying? When you go in there and you start to adjust and you start to get down to the signature being made. You know what I'm saying? When you get down to the importance of the contractual agreement. If indeed we know numbers are a big deal in boxing, then these numbers with Team Haney saying they'll take what Lomachenko has. Cool. Boom. Scratch that out as being a priority. They'll take what he has. Plus, he's willing to come out of his pocket. So I'm just guessing that he'll say, well, give me an extra million if you're willing to go in your pocket. Because I don't think he's going to take 500,000. I would assume he's taking no less than $1 million, because it sounds good, it feels good, and when he goddamn get that money, it's gonna do everything that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? That's $1 million extra dollars on top of what he's getting paid. So why can't we make the fight work? Who's to fucking blame all the time in boxing when it comes to best fighting the best? We have one title out here, the WBC title. We have one remaining now. One remaining for Kambosos. one single title remaining, which everybody praise and they clap their hands and stomp their feet and say, "Oh man, I got the WBC title." I held one of them titles. They feel good. They look good. You know what I'm saying? I held one of them. When people speak of sanctioning bodies, they always consider the WBC as the seniority of the four bodies, right? They always consider the WBC as the coveted, only if it's not Devin Haney. So when it comes to Devin Haney, we already seen the whirlwind of deceit and mockery that was placed forth with the way his title was renamed, restamped, and all this other bullshit. But my motherfucking concern is I need to know if the poll says 62% out of close to 1,000 votes, how are we not able to understand the intelligent people that's behind the scene, that's making all the deals work, that's making all the phone calls? Why can't we make this shit happen? Why is Bill not able to get in contact with Lula Bella? Now, I don't know what the conversation was behind the scene between Bill Haney and the Bella. I'm pretty sure it was some words exchanged, whether it was good or bad. But one assumption I can make is the conversation didn't go well. Not only did that conversation and my assumption didn't go well, I'm insinuating that since it was placed in the media by the Bella, who says he really don't go to the damn social media and speak business, he said that the offer that was returned from Hearn was ridiculous. It was preposterous. It was insulting. Those was the words that he put out there. Insulting, ridiculous, preposterous. If someone put that on your job interview and they reading that shit off on what they assess off the interview, you're not getting a job. After reviewing the interview and everything, we felt that we just graded as insulting to our company. It was ridiculous and preposterous that you even thought about coming in here and submitting this application. I'm just being frank with you. So this is where I take a turn, and I'm trying to find out what direction do I go with. Who's to blame with this? Who is the finger pointer? Who is the target for my finger pointing? I'm curious, because in boxing, man, it's hard to goddamn just look from the outside in. You need to call some people. You need to listen. You need to listen even more. You need to call some people. You need to ask. You need to try to find out. Because we know damn well we can't just take one side of what's going on out here in boxing. If you have a motherfucking poll that's damn near 1,000 votes, y'all, damn near 1,000 votes, and 62% saying they want to see Haney fight Kambosos next. Kambosos. It said, should Kambosos fight Haney, since he is saying he would take some offer for undisputed? The same offer. 62% is saying yeah. So whatever that offer is, right? Boom. So Bill is on record as saying, I'll come out my own pocket. Now, you can't sit up here and front the money online and not own up to it. Now, also, we have to look at Kambosos. He might turn around and say, give me $1 million, $2 million, 1.52, whatever. Now, we know Bill is not going to come out his pocket just because he said it with a crazy amount of dollars. But what could he come out the pocket with that will appease George Kambosos? Will George Kambosos, you are a grown ass man, George. You're a grown man. When Bill say that he's not able to talk to Lula Bella, God damn it, you out here on social media. That's the first thing you did is change your IG to Undisputed. So God damn it, you can talk to the Bella and say, look, check this out. Let's see what he's talking about. A fighter can do that. If you have the cojones to step up, you can motherfucking get with the Bella and say, you know what? Let's see what he's talking about. Because he just went on TBV and he said he'll come out the pocket. Let's see what he's talking about, Lou. Let's see what he's talking about, bro. That's what I want you to do for me. Not, well, Lou is not answering my phone calls no more. So the deal is just off because Lou is upset again, like he don't know the business of boxing. Lou DeBella been around long enough to know. Bill has been around long enough to know. George and Devin's been around long enough to know, especially when it comes to Twitter and motherfucking IG. Both of them totally understand that. So why in the hell we can't get the Cambozo that has the motherfucking titles to somehow, some way get in the ear of Lou DeBella and say, I'm curious to know what the offer is. Okay. If he's saying he's willing to take Lomachenko, but Bill is willing to offer more money, let's see what he's talking about. Anything to bring this motherfucker closer. Because the bridge has been on fire, y'all. From the beginning, from the post-fight, the bridge from Cambozo, Australia, all the way to goddamn Vegas has been on fire. It seemed like Cambozo didn't even want to give this an opportunity to come to fruition. He already sent the troops out there. Yeah, go out there. Just set some little fires. Don't burn down the bridge yet. But I just want to let them know ahead of time. Don't even think about crossing that bridge. For me to fight him. That's not my intentions. I want to make it so dangerous that people don't even want to dang go there and pay any attention driving across that bridge. Like I want to make it so far unattainable. I'm gonna send smoke up already. I'm gonna sabotage that shit. That's exactly what he did. He wanted to put other names in there that's in the lightweight division that he know damn well he wasn't gonna get. And I even go on a limb to say he kind of acted the same way that Ryan Garcia acted. Ryan Garcia was busy calling out Devontae. Cambozo kind of insinuated. But in the reality of this world we live in, right, even though it's clouded, and this motherfucker rain on our heads all the fucking time, we have one belt that's out there. We don't know what the fuck is happening at welterweight, but we know what can happen here at lightweight. It's only a smidgen. It's just a small window. It's close. It's close. It's very, very close. Danger close, goddammit. Danger motherfucking close. And I get a bit irritated looking at people play little kid games. When you hear motherfuckers play little kid games and they want you to be a consumer and come see them fight. Man, we done been through this shit before, dog. We've been through this over and over again. Let me let you listen to because it's a let me let you continue to listen to this recording.
Money is not an issue.
Did you hear that? Bill say money ain't an issue. So if money ain't an issue and they willing to take the same deal, let's see what happened in the next couple of days.
Those are dangerous words, though,
Right?
Listen,
Right?
and we live a dangerous life. Hello?
I mean, but so why? So you're saying the media's creating the narrative that your son wants a lot of money because it's Camboso saying this.
Listen, you've never heard me mention any money. The thing that you might have heard me just say was free. You dig what I'm saying? How can you talk? You've never heard us talk about no money. So how can we overprice ourselves? And then I just came back and said, we fight the guy for free. And what if the people, listen, the people on here talking about the people saying they want to see the fight. We want to fight. Only reason we want to fight Lomachenko, right, is because everybody said that nobody would want to fight him. Tank, he said he wanted Tank. Tank said that he didn't want to fight him, or Mayweather Promotions or something was.
See, didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? Speaking on the collusion, right? Didn't I just say that? How Cambozo pretty much showed you he was burning down the bridge right off the rip. It goes from Teofimo Lopez, you're willing and able, you're welcome to come to Australia in front of 80,000, to Gervonta Davis. It's almost like him and then Ryan Garcia was on three-way together. So he goes to Gervonta Davis. No, that's not going to happen. Then he goes back to what the original plan was. You have Lomachenko, and Lomachenko. Did you see Devin Haney tap him on the shoulder and say, well, you got to keep on seeing how I look for? Well, you got to see how I look for. The fuck? What do you mean? He was burning down the bridge for you right there. Oh, I got to see how Devin looks. This motherfucker wasn't planning on seeing how nothing looks. He just had his mind made up on the opponent that he believes to be a better fit if they was to step over in Australia. And that's Vasily Lomachenko. Because everybody's riding off 2 gold medals. Like he wears those around, you know what I'm saying? They jingling and shit like a cowbell. He wears those around everywhere. 2 gold medals. We know he's a double gold medalist. But right now, Lomachenko has how many belts? Not. So therefore, if you have all the other collective straps and there's one more out there, common sense would tell me in the sport of boxing and in life and reality and just general common sense that the people will gravitate to seeing Devin coming off Linares and Jojo Diaz to see him step in there with Cambozo. The criticism has diminished a lot. You can't continue to bring up Alfredo Santiago. You can't continue to bring up Gamboa. But yet you can reflect upon the Linares fight and how he went in there, never hit the canvas. My thing is, I guess I put too much process into what God gifted me with, because I'm looking at Cambozo being on the canvas, Lomachenko being on the canvas by the same fighter who Devin stepped in there with and went the distance. He never was sat down like Lomachenko. Cambozo was sat down by Teofimo Lopez. So out of the Tank Davis, he's out of the question. He's not fighting. But let's take out of the trio, it's only one fighter that never been on the canvas. Out of the trio, it's only 2 fighters that's still undefeated. Out of the trio. And then also you calculate even further and do the subtraction. With that undefeated record is what? You have 2 fighters who hold belts and championships in the lightweight division. Cambozo been on the canvas. Lomachenko's been on the canvas. Lomachenko has 2 defeats to 2 fighters that have 0 on their record. Both of them have championship belts, which the order of hand will automatically adjudicate and say, guess what? We should make this fight, like I said plenty of times before, we should make this fight as easy said and done. And I know boxing is a business, but we can't continue to bring up great fighters who have taken lower money. And that's where the problem comes into play. Some people are going to believe that it's a lot more behind the scene. Like Bill even spoke on it, like, and Ness mentioned it. Ness say, well, in the media, they pretty much saying that you all are trying to lowball or Team Haney is trying to outprice themselves or what have you. That's my whole point. What is truth? What is truth? How do we find out, is it true or not? Are they outpricing themselves behind the scene or not? That's the bigger deal that I'm unsure about. Like I'm not privy to those details. Now, as much how you put it, as much as I've heard people excoriate the Bella, right? I mean, y'all already know this boxing. So I'm not going to hype on it like it's about morals and principles. But somehow, some way, the Bella said it was preposterous and ridiculous on what they got back. And that's always been curious to me. You know, Bill, if you're listening, I just want to know, like, What is he fucking talking about? What is the Bella talking about? What's ridiculous and what's preposterous? What pissed off him enough to say, you know what, fuck it. What they said, I don't usually do this in the media, but what they sent back to her is insulting. I want to know what was insulting. WCS wants to know. I truly want to know, man. I'm pretty sure the boxing fans, the people who listen in, are pretty curious about what in the hell was insulting. Explain to me, what is the insult? What is ridiculous? What is frivolous? What is the fallacy that went about this negotiation process that led to Luda Bella going to the media and said the offer that y'all sent him in return was preposterous? That's what I want to know. Shouty, somebody tell me. I like to be as neutral as I possibly can without calling bullshit on this. And that's why it is what it is on the thumbnail. Like, who the fuck do we blame on this situation? Because if you're looking at the poll, if you're listening to what Bill is saying on the Boxing Voice, if you're looking at just the eye test on what fighters out of the trio that's in this equation, it's obvious. It's only two that has belts. Lomachenko has none. Lomachenko has 2 defeats. The obvious answer to this fight would be the 2 fighters with the belts. Now, the dilemma comes into play on the Golden Gate Bridge. How much money are we talking about? What is negotiation details? That is the high point of concern right there. What are the negotiation details in this shit, man? What was so ridiculous and preposterous that pissed the Bella off that he don't want to take Bill's phone calls no more? That's what I want to know. That's it. And I'm gonna tell you. You know what? I'm not gonna promise you anything, but when I'm done with this live, I'm gonna find out somehow, some way, because in this game, boxing, they talk behind the scenes a lot. I'm not calling Bill. I don't have to call Bill, but I'm gonna find out. I just didn't have time before I did this live. I'm gonna find out what was the ridiculousness and what was preposterous. I'm gonna find out, because it's insiders, it's trainers, it's managers, it's people. They talk behind the scenes. If it's that bad with the Bella, he's done told somebody. Listen to the next one, y'all. Listen to this next recording.
But we're at the top of the division. I don't discredit none of those guys. So, but if you say that we can't make the fight happen for contractually, now you can say you don't want to fight us like you have before. You can say that we don't have enough experience. You can say that. You can say that we don't have a belt. You can say all those things. But one thing you can't come on here and say is that we pricing ourselves out. Brother, we the ones that was pricing ourselves in because we've been paying everybody. Hello? We the ones that's been bringing the money to the table. Hello? Wasn't nobody messing with Eddie and Matchroom like that. We believed in the ability to have global marketing from a standpoint that we were kicking butt here in the United States. Nationally, we have a great national buzz, and we thought a partnership with Eddie Hearn would provide global visibility because Devin is the guy.
So he said, hey, Bill said Devin is the guy. They've been pricing themselves in. I respect that. I respect what he's saying, that, they've been pricing themselves in. But the word on the media streets is that you've been pricing yourselves out. That's where I have a loose end, so to speak, because I'm unable to gain access at this point in time to why Luda Bella is so pissed off. The Bella has an important role in trying to make this happen. He does. He has an important role in making this shit happen. No matter what you want to say, the Bella is a prominent role player in this process right here. And for him to say that shit on social media, I'm not calling him a liar by no means. I'm just taking at face value that something pissed him off from what Eddie Hearns returned back to him. I just want to know how low the numbers was, or how high the numbers was. Who was pricing who out? If indeed, the Haneys were pricing themselves out. I don't know. I cannot make that assumption, because you know what I'm saying, you can't go out here and believe everything you read out here in the media. It's a lot of agitprop and people that thrive on putting, clickbait and false information out for fans to read their shit. So I'm asking you, the fans, shouldn't it be very, very easy for the best to fight the best and for us to get this? Because in this equation in the lightweight division, we have one premier name in Devin Haney, and we have one premier champion, right, that holds multiple belts. He's not a premier name. He ain't a superstar. All right? Let's get that straight. Cambozo is not a superstar. Cambozo is a undisputed lightweight champion right now. But what's so fucked up about Cambozo is the wins that he was coming off of prior to stepping in the ring with T.O. And people are trying to compare his win over T.O. in accordance to the way T.O. beat Lomachenko. Well, let me refresh your memory. Just a quick tidbit. T.O. wasn't on the pound for pound list at the position that Lomachenko was when he was defeated by T.O. He wasn't. Teofimo was on the pound for pound list, but he wasn't in the ordinance, in the ordinance of the pound for pound, in the structure, in the hierarchy. He wasn't up there. Lomachenko was up there. Lomachenko had much more buzz in the boxing game than Cambozo, than T.O. He had much more buzz. So people can compare Cambozo defeating T.O. to when T.O. defeated Lomachenko. It doesn't work like that. So then it brings us to this. The negotiation process. How much does Cambozo want? How much does Haney want? Cambozo is all about, to the highest bidder, trying to cash that heavy ass check. He wants the numbers to have commas, commas, and commas. So comparable, because we know Cambozo ain't trying to come low. Compared to what he wants, I'm curious to know what Haney wants. Because they ain't walking around here for nothing, just fighting for free. The one thing that I always think about when it comes to the Haneys is that, are they willing to compromise just a bit? Are you willing to freaking compromise and be on the lower end of such a dang fight of this magnitude? Are you willing to do that? Is it in you to take the lower offer just so you can grace the square for the opportunity, get the results that you want, and then recoup your money in the next fight in defending your titles? You say you're moving up to 140. I know you'll put that on hold if you win those titles, because you're going to get a big money fight down in lightweight division. And whatever money you didn't get on this Cambozo fight right here, you will definitely pick that up on the second fight when you defend your titles for the first time. You'll be the first to ever do it, Devin. You'll be the first to have the franchise belt all the way to, with the WBC included, to the WBO. You'll be the first to ever do it. If you are somehow, some way pricing yourself out, you need to just take a deep breath, you and Bill, and just say, you know what? Let's lower our monetary structure, our pay grade just a little bit. I mean, just enough so we can get in the ring. Because you have faith that you can go in there and beat somebody like Cambozo. So go in there, get the win, and then up the price and up to ante Up the motherfucking ante next fight. Cause you know it's gonna be a big fucking deal. You have Ryan Garcia, Mr. Capion out there that you can fight. You know you're gonna make some money with him. There's plenty of fights out there that you'll be able to recoup the money that you thought you should have made in the first fight. And the one thing about it, people will always be unforgiving if you're one of those fighters that they believe that's as overpricing themselves, but yet deceiving the media as if you're willing to make the fight. It's unforgiving. That shit will always linger with you when you move up. People will always use Floyd Mayweather name all the time when it comes to Oscar. And there's plenty of other fighters that's taking this amount of money, that amount of money, just to get into the ring and get the hardware. To get the hardware is what they want. They pick up the hardware and then they can start elevating those price points. But every time I hear this, you know what I'm saying, with this particular situation with Kambosos and Haney, somehow, some way, I keep hearing the same shit. Outpricing, overpricing, all that above. So I'm asking you the people. What do you think about this? What's really going on? Let me get to some of the comments out here. And big salute to everyone that's in the building, man. I'm gonna try to go through these comments and see what people talking about. Showtime, look, Showtime Shaw in the building, man. Salute to you. Y'all definitely go check out Showtime, man. Make sure you drop your link in there, man, so they can come by and check out your channel. You know what I'm saying? Putting out the heat when it comes to boxing. I'm gonna post these comments too, and I'm not gonna elaborate on them as much. I'm not gonna go in detail. I mean, in depth. Bill is crazy. He that uncle in your family that be grandstanding the business. Not everybody's on Bill's side, for real. He say, salute WCS Fire topic today. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Y'all be sure to check out my man Showtime Shop for the sauce talk. The YTC is to blame. Too many videos with the wrong narratives being pushed. I agree with that. Retro boxing and documentaries on deck, man. Big bro, what's good with you? Salute to you. What's up, fam? Showtime say he said for free. I know. Hey, that's Bill. I respect him. Me and Bill the same age, you know, damn near. So when I look at it, it's like this with me. I can't go back on what I said about I respect the grind on what he's doing for his son. I respect the grind, man. It's not everybody that can enjoy the luxury of seeing their son compete at the highest level. But it's very, very difficult not to acknowledge that they're blacklisted. They semi-blacklisting Devin. You know, even with Kambosos, who's not a premier star, he's not even trying to go over there. So it's always going to be in me. I'm like, you know, hand to head method, you know, with my mouth open and with my eyes looking up in the you know, I'm confused. Look, like who's telling the truth and who's lying. That's all I want. I want to know who telling the truth and who lying, bro. Shout out to Batman in the building. What's good with you? He said Eddie not trying to pay for that fight. That's why the Zone came out and said the Haney outpricing themselves. The Zone came out and said that. Let me see. The Zone came out and said the Haney's. No, the Bella is pretty much saying that it was insulting, preposterous. I don't think Eddie came out. I haven't heard Eddie come out and say that Haney and them are outpricing themselves. Retro Rob TV, what's good? He said it was never after you beat JoJo D. It was never after you beat JoJo Diaz. Let's fight. It was always, we'll see what happens. Lou said on record, Haney was an email champ. And in so many words, they are not interested in Haney fight. I can agree with that because we have individuals that out here paying attention to the sport. Lula Bella has had his choice words for Team Haney. Absolutely, he has. You know that. I know that. So, like I'm asking again, who is to blame for the bullshit? Is it the Bella or is it Eddie Hearns and them and Team Haney? Because we have to understand that Build say they're their own entity. You have DHP Promotions. But in accordance with Matchroom, so they're doing business together. But when it comes to a freaking Cambozo, his one entity over there, his advocate is Lula Bella. And right now, it just seems like Lula Bella is he's swinging the hammer, dog. Like in this boxing game, you would think it would be about business all the time, but a lot of the time it's about grudge making. It's about grudge makers, dog. It's about people that have an animosity, people that's mad. They don't want to do business because they mad at somebody. That's when it comes down to it. And it's selfish, right? Because it fucks up the fighter. If the fighter never been in position to make the amount of money he's about to make, he would just go ahead and capitulate off the rip, off the strength that the Bella doesn't want to do business with Haney regardless. So he just basically gonna tell Cambozo, I can make you this amount of money. I don't really want to fuck with Haney them. But you'll still make the most money. Of course you'll make the most money. Of course, because you now have the straps. You have hardware that allows you to leverage. Of course. But see, it doesn't mean he can make the most money. It's just the fact that the Bella could potentially be selfish about it and say, you know what? We just put them on the shelf and we're going to go with somebody like Lomachenko because everybody loves Lomachenko. Plus, he's best friend with Alexander Usyk. And Australian people will embrace him all the same. You don't want to mess with those Haneys. See, when Lula Bella is filling Cambozo's head with that, and Cambozo's like, well, I am going to be making the most money that I ever made. All right, Lou. Lou, I trust you, Lou. What's going on, Jeff? Free Hoover on deck. WCS salute, bro. Salute to you there, Hoover. Jeff says, I don't think Devin outpriced himself. George knows he will lose regardless of who he picks. He wants to be compensated greatly for the removal of his belts. Absolutely 100%. Absolutely 100%. That statement. And a part of me believes that wholeheartedly, right? But I have to retract just a little bit. I'm thinking more so of the grudge, the disdain that's in between. But it's hard for me to sit up here and just eliminate that I don't think Devin outpriced himself. They all about the money. They all about working for theirs. They have the mentality. And look, one thing I don't do is get into the money aspect and all this other bullshit. I am not educated in the game, nor do I care enough to get into the negotiation process when it comes to the money. But I will speak on the overlay of it. All right? Because for me to sit up here and say, well, Devin should just take this. If they offer him $100,000 like Bill say, he should take it. They ain't taking no $100,000 for this fight. I can tell you that. They ain't taking no $100,000. I don't give a damn what Bill talking about. He's not taking $100,000. But when it comes down to what's the price gap though? Like, what is ridiculous and preposterous? That's what I want to know. What's the price gap from Cambosis offer to Devin Haney return counteroffer? Because for one, you can't come in there as the A side, their Team Haney. The Bella's not going to allow that to happen. So if they're coming back with an offer, a counter offer, obviously the A side sent the offer to Haney, and they came back with a counter. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. John say you can move up and fight Regis Cepeda, Ramirez, and Antoine Russell. Yeah, we already know that Batman that the options are out there, but right now we're specifically trying to circumvent the nonsense there, Batman. We're trying to find out the core of the problem to a fight that's very, very close to being made. We want to see this fight. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot of activity in the lightweight division. We want to see this shit, bro. We want to see it from Lomachenko, Tio, the Tio Cambozo, from Cambozo to Haney. We want to see the shit. Lomachenko has had his opportunity. He's been unified champion. He had one belt to get, and he chose to vacate the shit while he petitioned for the damn franchise belt. Lomachenko chose. He had a single belt left. And he went in there and he took off the first half of the fight. Can I put in my leave, please? Yeah, I want to put leave in from 1 through 6, please. Yes. I have it on the books. Please, can you please approve that immediately? Yeah, I'm gonna take off the first half and then I'm gonna return. No, you can't do that shit in such a big fight. You fucked up. Free Hoover said it was always ESPN's plan to get Lomas get his belt back. Yeah, I heard that out there too. You know, that's a solid point. Mike on deck, what's good? Salute King, salute to you, King. What's good? So the commentator Mannix came on the zone and said on live commentary. Said what exactly, Batman? You gotta remember, I'm just flowing through these. You gotta be a bit more descriptive, bro. I kind of know what you're talking about. I think you're talking about outpricing themselves or whatever. I look at it like this: the relationship that Eddie Hearns has with Team Haney. I seriously doubt he'll just come in there and blast on them like that. So if Eddie Hearns put it out there, I'm not sure. Like I said, because I haven't really had the opportunity to skim over it and catalog any information on it. I will after it, but be a little bit specific, big dog. Eddie working with Bill, say Eddie is trying to make it happen. People love to say Eddie a problem, but he makes fight happen and actually pays his fighters. He does. He pays his fighters. He's improved since the first, since early on. I still think he is a liar, but look, this is a sport where people lie all the time. Seriously, boxing is a sport where they are under the table deals, they're betrayals. You know what I'm saying? Deception plays a key role in the mannerisms on how people operate and move in the sport of boxing. It's just too much going on, bro, that'll drive somebody to the white padded room. Seriously, it's too much going on. This is an asylum sometimes. And this is a perfect example. Like people mentioning Chris Mannix. You know what I'm saying? And then you comparing it to who's overpricing themselves or what. You really don't know who to believe. And then you get Bill on the boxing voice. He's saying what he's saying. And then you look at the poll and you look at the people. They saying 62% want to see Haney at the time fight Cambozo for undisputed. So if the majority is swaying heavy towards Haney, why isn't it influencing the people should give a damn? The people that should give a damn is the Ludabellas. You should give a damn if you are the kickstand in this negotiation process. Just because you don't like Haney them, because a lot of people don't like you too. But let's just say the Bella is the kickstand in this right here. Then whatever we saying out here and whatever that we believe and pushing, it just goes along with what I've been saying all the time. They don't give a fuck about us, bro. They don't give a fuck about us. We can go out here and talk all day long. But if you have a situation like the Bella, come on, man. Who's going to sway him? That's just me. You have to take a pause sometime. Who's gonna sway him though? Who's gonna be able to sway him? 'Cause I'm pretty sure at this point in his time and his experience in boxing, he's pretty damn stubborn. Who's gonna be able to influence and sway him to accept the offer with Team Haney if he's just riding off, animosity? He's mad. This shit is simple. Lou DiBella don't want the fight. End of discussion. I wish it was that simple, Mike. I wish it was that simple, bro. I really do wish it was that simple. Now, us just having a dialogue on here and you saying that, I get it. I get what you're saying. But when it comes to the complexities of boxing, it ain't that simple. Just to say, hey, Lou DiBella don't want the fight. He doesn't want the fight. That's it. What about Peter Khan? I talked to Pete when I was in NYC, for the Vasyl Lomachenko and Richard Comey fight. You know what he told me? I said this on another live. Because sometimes I don't like just putting it out there that I spoke to people off camera, because people always want to say you capping. But call me out on it. If you know Peter, he knows we spoke. I talked to Peter offline. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be on camera. I talked to Peter Khan. Who is Peter Khan to Cambozo, man? Come on, bro. I'm just saying, this might break some hearts, but what I gather from Peter, and this ain't no allegedly, what I gather from Peter is that they wanted the most money. You know what I'm saying? Where they can make the most money. Once again, where they can make the most money. Peter is not a rookie, a tyro when it comes to this game. Where they can make the most money. And also, he kind of gave me an insinuation that it was going to be Lomachenko. That is no cap. That is no cappy yon. I forgot the words that he put out there, because I was waiting to see. I was waiting because I asked him point blank period. I said, "Hey, where Cambosa's at?" He said, "Oh, he had been on the press tour. It was just, he wanted to get back to his family. It was becoming too much, so he didn't come out here to the fight." So I say, this is what he's been waiting on, though. You're not gonna have him come out to the Lomachenko fight, that Pete? Like, this is what he really wants. He was waiting on Lomachenko. But my insinuation is they was gonna go where they can get the most money. And also, in what I gathered, it seemed like they was leaning towards Lomachenko. Seriously. That's what I gathered, talking to him face to face, one-on-one. And then I even asked him, I say, "Do you mind I put you on?" He said, "No, I don't want to be on camera." All right, cool. So now you, the audience, you hear it again. This is about the second time I mentioned this. Because I'm a bit numb to when people behind the scenes that say you capping about talking to people when they not even on the scenes. They're not even at the fights. But I spoke to Peter Khan. Not only that, I seen Peter Khan at the Triller event down here in Atlanta. So it's not the first time I talked to him, but that's what I gathered from him and what he told me. That's real. Retro Boxing Documentary said Devin better get out there and hustle for this market, for his market. A bunch of drunk dart chuckers in the UK. Hey, they support Joshua heavy. He can win some the crowds over there. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for some other fighters. I mean, it's not impossible for a US fighter to build up a fan base in the UK. But anyway, that's out of the question. Because look, they know Devin over there by now. As much as he's been with Matchroom, they know him. That's BS. If he was scared of those two guys, he would have never stepped in the ring with Tio, the dangerous out of all three to me. Once again, I'm curious. I'm just curious to know. I'm scared in the ring with Tio, the dangerous out of the three. I'm just curious what you're saying. Scared. Who did I say that was scared? Are you replying to somebody else? You might be replying to somebody else because I never mentioned either fighter being scared. Like I don't know where you at, Batman, for real. I don't know who you referring to. That's BS. If he was scared of those two guys, somebody else must have said Kambosos is scared. I don't know, man. The only thing I said early on was that I don't think he wins against Devin Haney or Lomachenko. And then I heard somebody said he wants to cash out, for his belts. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get the highest payday because he know he's gonna lose those belts. That might be it. Big Dog on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. Bruce Goes Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute to you, OG. How you feeling, bro? Say peace, Scott and fam. Driving and listening, keeping eyes on the road. Take two. Hey, for sure, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. 19 on deck. What's good? They ain't making money on that. Haney is the money. Well, that's all I'm trying to say is Bill say they trying to cash in. Or whatever his terminology was. He said they all about it. Bill is on record as saying that he'll pay an extra check to Kambosos. He'll give him an extra check on top of what he's gonna make to get Team Haney in the fight. This is becoming a vortex of energy, isn't it? And look, I can't say it's a bad thing. I really can't say this is a bad thing because you need vortexes like this to build up a fight. But let's not circulate that energy around the wrong opponent though. Lomachenko had his fucking shot, dog. This dude had his shot. And just like somebody mentioned in the live chat, ESPN all along had it in the plan to bring Lomachenko back around and get his belts back. A lot of me is up here, nodding my head. Yeah. Yeah, that could be in the plan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark Nash breaking beats on deck. What's good? Y'all be sure to check Mark out, man. Go check out his channel. Salute WCS, match my donation, support the show. Appreciate you there, Mark Nash on deck, man. Y'all be sure to check out Mark Nash, man. Mark Nash breaking beats on deck. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Appreciate the donation. Much love to you. Retro Boxing has said he's not getting any exposure here, though. Who other than hardcores are watching Haney on the apps? Look, what is very let me phrase this the right way. Like, I consider you all that's in the live chat to be more than just temporaries in the sport, because a lot of you have incredible amount of knowledge, right? But what cannot happen truly is that you ignore the fact, you sit up here and just ignore that hardcores are watching Haney on the apps. No, there's casuals that's watching him on the apps. There's hardcores who are communicating with the casuals to bring them to the location on to see the fight. A casual, if they think the fight is important enough for them, they're gonna say, okay, let me try to find a way to watch the fight. Hey man, the only way you can watch this fight, you have the app. For real? How much the app costs? Well, if you just want to watch this fight, man, you can get this app right here. Boom. If you want to cancel, you can cancel anytime. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the hardcores is gonna relay the message to the temporaries. And of course, it's up to the temporaries on whether they want to watch the fight or not. But we can't just say that the temporaries ain't touching the app. The temporaries are touching the app, bro. What was blood boxing on here? What was blood boxing? I never saw no blood boxing on here unless it was a different under a different name. Everything, damn, I miss everything boxing and sport. What's going on, Keon? I did miss Keon on here. Y'all be sure to check out everything boxing. Check out his channel. Support the brother. I ain't see blood boxing unless he on a different name. But shout out to blood boxing, man. Shout out to blood boxing. Unless that's H Entertainment 19. I'm not sure. But Retro Rob TV, scared of getting in the ring to fight and scared of losing those belts is two different things. It is. Real talk. It is. It is. Very, very solid point. It's absolutely two different areas. Scared to get in the ring and scared of losing those belts are two different things. It is. But guess what? Both of them can be one of the same. You can be scared to get in the ring, get in there, and both of those clash. Both of them melt together as one because it's all dealing with fear, bro. It's all dealing with fear, optimism. You're skeptic. You don't have confidence. You lack the courage. So that can blend into one. You're scared to get in the ring, and also you're scared of failure. You're scared of failure. Even though you have accomplished getting all these straps, when you go in there and don't defend them, what's next for you? What's next for Cambozo? Will we be talking about him? Nope. Unless he loses and then fights somebody like Ryan Garcia, knocks out Ryan Garcia. Then they'll be buzzing again. Oh shit, Cambozo back in the run. He top 5. So both of them can blend in. And also they can be separated. It all depends on the individual themselves. That's what it depends on. If you a scared fighter is a dead fighter to me. But you always hear people saying it's not the size of the dog in the fight. Retro Boxing Documentaries. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Thanks for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. One love to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Mark say blood. Okay, hold up. Who is blood boxing in here, bro? Man, y'all I don't freaking know, dog. Look, YouTube has layers, don't it? What name is blood boxing under right now, man? So I can know for next time. I saw Mark say it. I saw somebody else. I don't see blood. Is it H Entertainment 19 or what? Somebody enlighten me. Real talk. Enlighten me, man, just so I can know for the next time, dog. You know what I'm saying? Mark say blood boxing. Who other than hardcore are watching anyone on apps other than AJ and Fury? So let me go back up here and check out the apps. The comment on the apps, cause I'm confused, dog. Who's talking about the apps? I know I just read that shit. I have to get back to it. Somebody will drop it in there. Oh, blood boxing is retro boxing documentary. Okay. Appreciate you, Mark. Damn, dog. Oh, that shit's hilarious, man. Big shout out to Blood, man. For real. Pulling up on the scene. Man, appreciate you. Appreciate you pulling up on the scene, my brother. Real talk. I don't even have to tell y'all to go over there and, man, y'all know where that's at. You know where blood boxing at, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. Y'all check out the brother blood boxing, man. Oh, okay. He said he was responding to Batman's point. That's what's up. That's what's up. Devin has more followers than Loma. Look, Hoover, one thing I don't do when it comes to these boxers, I really don't give a damn about the followers, bro, because that shit is artificial intelligence. I don't give a fuck about that. I just really give a damn about what I see in the arena, what I see at the press conference, what I see at the weigh-ins. I don't give a fuck about Ryan Garcia having millions of followers when I get the notification he going live and it's barely 700 people that's tuned in. But yeah, you got millions of followers. So I'm making it. I'm saying this. I think they might be paid for because you have millions of genuine followers. You should have 5, 6, 10,000 people tuned into your lives if they really fucking with you like that. He said, "Blood boxing, why do you use retro boxing documents? The chat is that main channel." I know, man. I tell you, YouTube boy, that this is what they call it, a recon mission. For real, man. It's a recon mission out here. World Combat Sports, you be a little behind on the chats. I know, man. I know. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up, bro. For real. Because I was just trying to get it off. You know, like you say, I was trying to land the plane in the snow, goddammit. I had a flat. I was trying to catch up. Mark Nash, I have this one on premium. Blood is on regular count. Okay, got you. Didn't know that. King Mitch on deck. What it do, man? What's up with you, Mitch? Oh, I see no commercials. That's good to know. I actually seen retro in him before. All right, for sure. But I'm looking at it like this though. Y'all have to listen. You know, I don't have no problem. You know, go listen to TBV today. On the live stream that he did with Bill Haney. Extract what you want as relevance, right? And you process it, and then you do your live and you speak on it. I can't really come up here and say, well, I'm just gonna believe everything Bill says, but I pretty much put it out there, 2 audio clips on them saying that they'll fight for free. Also, Bill said he'll write their own separate check. He's pretty much put it out there that he's willing to compromise. And I haven't heard him go there too many times, to be honest. But I'm gonna be frank. This is one of those fights where he definitely needs to compromise if he want to have the opportunity on the bright lights for the belts. Because a lot of people, just like the poll, they believe Devin Haney will beat Cambozo. They believe it. So my only advice to the Haneys is just saying, you know, if you truly are willing to compromise with that team, do it, take the straps, and then you're gonna earn back your compensation in your next fight when you defend the titles. That's what's gonna happen. Because Lomachenko wasn't able to do the shit. Teofimo wasn't able to defend his title successfully. And depending on who Cambozo win that with, he's not gonna be able to defend it successfully. I believe Devin Haney and Lomachenko both defeat Cambozo. But right now, he's being a clown. I told you he was moving funny right when he won the titles. And that's exactly what he's proved to the boxing public. And you know what's so arrogant about this cat? Is that he don't even really give a fuck about building up his fan base. He just want to run right over there to Lomachenko because Lomachenko's been unified champion before. He has 2 gold standard in the Olympics. And all he want and care about is his fucking paycheck. Because just like somebody mentioned 2 different things about being scared to lose a title and not wanting to fight, so to speak, Cambozo is unsure that he can step in the ring and complete both of them. So he has fear stepping through the ropes to fight either Devin Haney or Lomachenko. I didn't say he was scared. He has some type of fright. He know he ain't that good. He's coming off a split draw with Lee Selby and freaking Mickey Bay, right? So he's not sure. So if he's unsure that he can win the fight, he definitely is unsure he'll keep the belts because the 2 goes hand in hand. If you don't win the fight, your belts are done. Over. One hit wonder. Nobody's going to be talking about Kambosos. Go back to Australia and lasso kangaroos for a living and then start a whole nother second job. But if Devin Haney wins these motherfucking straps, his career changes levels in the best way. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have been the first in boxing to be the franchise title holder all the way down to the WBO. That's including his belt in between all of that. I'm saying he would have been the first. He would become the fourth franchise champion in the lightweight division. The fourth, y'all. He would have become the third to actually fight for the franchise. T.O. fought for it. Kambosos fought for it. And then Devin Haney would have fought for it. Because we know Lomachenko didn't fight for it. And we know Canelo Alvarez didn't fight for it. And also we know Juan Estrada didn't fight for his damn franchise belt either. Did he show the term sheet like he did for Gary Ruff? Man, now y'all trying to take shots, man. Y'all up here goddamn with the salt shake in your hand, goddamn waving that motherfucker back and forth. They coming here with salt shakers and shit, man. For real. He said, did he show the term sheet? Well, to answer that question, absolutely not. No. No. I don't hear nothing about no term sheet. And, to be honest with you, this is a much more serious fight than what was going on with Gary Russell and Devin Haney. That was just good daytime television, wasn't it? That shit was good daytime television. I think the people who was participating in that whole whirlwind should have been given an award. Bill, Gary Russell, Batman, and the 50 other channels that was on. Man, I'll tell you, look, I swear to you, I rode from where I was down to the city of Atlanta and the shit was still going on. Crazy, dog. They should have been given some type of stipend for putting in that much effort. But hey, that's what Bill does, man. That's what Bill does, for real. Free Hoover here asked for Tank, in my opinion. I missed a super chat from Retro Boxing. What? Oh, no, I mean, I didn't even get to it yet. At that point in time. But shout out to Blood Boxing for the donation, bro. Salute to you. Salute to you. Now that I know, real talk. Mitt say if Loma beats Scambosis, ESPN would say he's greater than Pac-Man, Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Ali combined. Yeah, because Bob Aaron's been on record with that absolute insanity, the dilapidation when it comes to his look. I want to be respectful, my elders. I want to be respectful. Seriously, I don't want to put him in a state that he's just gonna. We all know Bob just speak and say what the fuck he want to say. But when he says that Lomachenko is comparing him to Ali, I don't think somebody brought him his supply that day, dog. I don't think he had put one down yet. I think he was just going off natural energy, getting out the bed, moving slow, and somebody say, "Hey, Bob, you got an interview coming up." He went there and said what he said, and then he said, "Hey, do you have it now? You got my marijuana? Yeah, I need it. Shit. I mean, it's been a rough start today. Give me my shit." Mark, yeah, but Loma already been asked for Tank, and TMT has no interest. I don't right now with the way the PBC has, all that drama behind the scenes. I think you can potentially get a Lomachenko Tank Davis fight. For real, I believe we can get a Gervonta Davis Lomachenko fight. Let's just say Lomachenko gets to fight with Cambozo, right? The first name pop up in my head for somebody to scoop in for opportunity is Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather. That's what they do. All you have to do is take a gander and go back to when Canelo Alvarez and Triple G fought. Who swooped in? Who swooped in on that with Conor McGregor? Who? Floyd. Let's go back to recent, to what he did with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. Who swooped in and made their presence known? Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a very strategic, meticulous. He's a genius at what he does when it comes to making money and being a motherfucking daytime robber. That's what Floyd does. If you think for 1 second we won't see Gervonta Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko if he wins all the belts, please. If Lomachenko had Devin to fight or Gervonta for the money, he's definitely gonna go with the attachment of Mayweather Promotions and Gervonta Davis. Absolutely, he is. Because you're talking about a 33-year-old Lomachenko, he's going for the money too. But Lomachenko, he's smart. He's smart. Lomachenko is willing to accept the lower half of the value when it comes to negotiation because he truly believes that he can go in there and whoop Kambosos. Lomachenko believes wholeheartedly he'll go in there and get the belts. And then once he gets the belt, whatever this 2-fight deal is, I'm sorry. Don't nobody want to see you fight Kambosos twice. When I seen the 2-fight deal, I say, no, there ain't nobody trying to see that fight twice. Nobody is trying to see Floyd Mayweather and Marcus Maidana. I'm just using the method to the madness for which Floyd was able to do. He went in there and it seemed like a tough fight in the first fight against Maidana, and Floyd said, you know what, hey, I'll go ahead and give you a second there, Maidana, no problem. And he made it look easy. But you know who benefited from that? Maidana. He was paid handsomely in 2 fights. That's why he dipped away from the sport and went over there in Argentina and goddamn was living like goddamn El Chapo. I think that's exactly what Kambosos is trying to do. That's why you know he's trying to get a 2-fight deal so he can get paid twice. Now, in that perspective, I'm not mad at Kambosos trying to get his money because he knows his damn line. He's about to hop off this train. His rail line is coming up, his stop. So he's going to get 2 fights and it's going to suck. The first one's going to be okay. But the second one, nobody's going to pay attention to it. Fuck it. Tank Davis will put Loma on his ass a few times. I agree with that. Retro Rob TV said, I will and appreciate the donation, my brother, once again. One love to you, man. Thanks for your support. I would pick Tank over Loma, but that would definitely be Tank's toughest challenge yet. I want to see that fight. I don't know. It's just a little bit about me that says Lomachenko is going to look his age in that fight with Tank. And as far as his toughest challenge, yeah, because we gotta wager in the fact that Vasyl Lomachenko is what? A very skilled, experienced, not only Olympian, but you know, a profession too. So of course we gotta bring in his ring IQ. I don't put too much high appraisal on his professional career. He's done, you know, it's been okay. Like it hasn't been great. And look, when it comes to boxing, we're not at a factory cloning killers. So just like Gervonta Davis per se, we can look at him. People say, "Oh, he don't have that good of a resume." But if you're talking about pound for pound, who's been on the pound for pound list, well, it would be Gervonta Davis' best opponent with fighting Lomachenko. It's crazy that I would still give him value when Teofimo Lopez knocked him off that. And then not only did he beat him when he was right behind Canelo Alvarez, they kept Vasyl Lomachenko on the pound for pound list with no titles, just like they did Gennady Golovkin. They put him right next, shoulder to shoulder to Tio for a while. What the hell you think gonna happen if he get these belts back? Man, Lomachenko is gonna be sitting in the motherfucking clouds, dog. They just waiting for Lomachenko to get the belt back. And then, hey, it's a wrap from there. If Lomachenko get these belts back, it's gonna be a no-brainer that whoever he steps in the ring with next is definitely gonna have to take whatever. He's not gonna sit up there and give out charity work to the next opponent. He's gonna say, you know what I had to do to get this? I had to take the lower offer. I had to redirect after the loss to Teofimo Lopez and work myself back up into title contention. And he's gonna talk about the two opponents that Teofimo beat. You know why? Because he thought he was gonna step in the ring with Tio, but Tio ended up losing. That's what he thought. So just like a lot of fighters, what they do, they turn around and say, "Let me fight the common opponents," i.e., Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford fought who? Kell Brook and Sean Porter, two common opponents of Errol Spence. What Lomachenko do? He fought two common opponents. Two common opponents. Nakatani and Comey. Then Tio loses. Look who may get the fight with Kambosos. Lomachenko. That's the plan he had all along in his last two opponents. He was working himself back up, and he took the challenge. You have to salute Lomachenko for that shit. He go in here and whoop Kambosos' ass. Man, I feel for the next anybody besides Devontae. I feel what they're gonna have to go through, because look, it's gonna be a hard process to say that Gervonta Davis is gonna be the B-side against Lomachenko. That might be a 50-50 split. I don't know. But I'd be damned that, they doing negotiation with Gervonta and Floyd, and he's going to come in there with a 70-30 split. Nah, bro. It's not going to happen. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie to you, because both of them are 3-weight champions. All right. And it's going to be very interesting. You have Gervonta at 27, Lomachenko at 33. That's as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So, Ghost on deck, man. What's good? Once again, Retro, appreciate you for the donation of blood. For real. Free Hoover, that was when Loma was a clear A-side. Times have changed. And in that fight, Tank is also a 3-division champion, but is undefeated. Tank has proven he can sell seats. True. He's proven that. He's proven it. Tank ain't fighting no damn Loma. Man, I don't know if you saying Tank ain't fighting no damn Loma like there's some type of, hesitation. But, bro, we can't go there, Hoover. Bro, we can't go there as if Tank has some type of, apprehension about going in there fighting Lomachenko. Hell no. I think he sits and potentially may stop Lomachenko for real. But I've seen both of them fight. One thing about Lomachenko, he can keep the pressure on. One thing about Tank Davis, he loves taking timeouts. But when Tank Davis fire up, Lomachenko's going to have to be ready for what he's about to bring to him. Tank Davis takes time off doing his fights. He does. But when he comes back, he comes now fast and furious, goddammit. He takes little breaks. And that's how Isak Cruz was able to look a certain way against Tank, because he kept the pressure on Tank. He made Tank box off the back foot, just like Sergey made Mikey Garcia box off the back foot. But at some point in time, you got to change gears and how you put it. You have to lure your opponent in to a comfort zone and then catch them. If they think they have you boxing off the back foot, then you have to make sure you get your timing point where you get that counter shot that may change the fight. That's what Mikey Garcia was able to do. TMT has Rolly, Miguel Burchelt, and Ryan on Tank's radar. They may have him on the radar. But what does he get from Miguel Burchelt, a guy who was knocked out by Oscar Valdez? What does he get from Ryan Lime Garcia? Just IG followers. And you notice I didn't mention Rolly because Rolly is up next. Rolly might even look. Rolly might be the one. When you fuck over somebody like Rolly, who said he was gonna buy his mom a house and all that, you know, he had all these damn good intentions, and they did him dirty. They did Rolly dirty. He wasn't even arrested, dog. All these females come out. You know, somebody from TMT made a phone call. Yes, this is us. Y'all ladies are ready. I want you to go to the media, and we're just trying to find a way to put this fight on hold, okay? We just want to try out this Isak Cruz guy. You know what I'm saying? We just don't think Rolly's gonna cut it for us right now. All these girls come up and goddamn start saying allegations, sexual assault. What happened? He was never arrested. There was no further news on it. What happened to the allegations? It almost seems like they just evaporated. And Rolly set the step in there with Gervonta Davis now. Hey, that's the motherfucking boxing, dog. That's the hocus pocus of boxing. Y'all tripping if you think Kambosos doesn't have self-belief. Teal was dangerous and was supposed to win easy. Nah. What Kambosos was able to do with Teofimo Lopez, he's a boxer. He didn't do anything special. Check this out, Mark. How can you drop a fighter when you're fresh? How can you drop a fighter in Kambosos' defense when he's fresh? Fresh. You barely broke a sweat yet. You land the right hand. And Teo falls back on his glove and get right back up. Now, come on, bro. You actually think this dude is just crazy talented? I weigh in more so that Teo was fucked up. He wasn't in 100% health. That's all I'm saying. I didn't see anything special about him beating up Teo and blooding him up and doing something because he was dropped. Look, Teo being in the health that he was in the condition he was in, he dropped George Kambosos later in the fight, and George Kambosos looked worse than when Kambosos dropped Teo in the first half of the fight, when he had all his strength. Kambosos was on all fours, dog. All fours. Man, y'all need to stop boosting up. Man, y'all need to stop boosting up Kambosos, dog. Hell no. Put him back in the pouch, man. Tell him to hop his ass back the way he came. No. We can't do that because you gotta have all the straps. No. Hell no. Loma wants that PPV check with Tank. Tank brings real revenue and real check, unlike Ryan with all the imaginary player shit. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. You know, also people have to understand that he brings Floyd Mayweather. He brings Mayweather promotions. He brings all that energy for people who are still enamored and mesmerized when they see Floyd Mayweather in the building. When Floyd Mayweather come in the building, people, you know, it's going to be some people that stand up and say, oh, shit, that's Floyd. Floyd knows they looking. Gervonta knows they looking. But the one thing about Gervonta, he's basically established himself as a legitimate boxing star. Why? Because of his highlight reel knockouts. Gervonta has been able to do that. He's putting butts in the seats. He has solid numbers. You know what I'm saying? It'll be great if he was just a little bit taller and a little bit bigger, and maybe he can go up there to 147 and do what Mikey Garcia and Mario Barrios was able to do. It'd be good if Tank could just say, you know what? I want to go up there and knock out Errol Spence. Please. That would be the greatest thing ever. If Gervonta could go up there and goddamn challenge, you know, the Tylers, you know, just go do the same thing. What would be wrong with that? Mikey Garcia came from 35 up to 47. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play like it's off the charts of reality. It'll be good if he was just a little bit bigger, taller, and he can say, you know what, I want to go challenge Errol Spence. You think people won't make that fight? Please. Hell yeah, they'll make that fight. Ghost on deck, man. Salute, family. He said, what's the difference between 4-6 and 4-0 and about 30 to 40? 4-6, 4-0. What's the difference between a 4-6 and 4-0 and a 30 to 40 Grand Coxer could beat it? You lost me, dog. What's going on? What's going on? Crush the legend in the building. What's good with your soldier? Yoda Wise Crush. See, look what Yoda did. He let me know, dog, so I wouldn't be up here not recognizing some of the hard hitters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crush in the building, bro. Stephen Pop in the building. What's good, man? Nomachenko losing the fight against. Hey, man. Ghost, you don't believe that. There's a lot of shit you say I respect, bro. But you don't believe Lomachenko is losing against Kambosos, man. Hell no. Hell no. And nobody else should be in here agreeing with that. Nowhere in hell I see Lomachenko losing against Kambosos. Free Hoover shaking my head. I don't think people are calling for those fights for Tank. See, the one thing how Tank is moving, I can appreciate. You know why I appreciate it? Because when he does get the fight, it's going to mean a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Look how he's been able to amass 3 divisions. We thought at 130, him missing weight. Oh, shit. Is he going to be able to make weight? Or is he going to be able to do this, that, and the other? He finally moves up to 135 for a WBA regular, and he knocks out Gamboa in the 12th round. Oh, shit. Tank's a 2-weight champion. Not only that, he goes down. And people say, oh, we don't know if he's going to make weight. He makes weight, and he has one of the most brutal knockouts that you would ever see of a 4-weight division champion in Leo Santa Cruz. Oh, my. Not only that, we're talking about how he moved, right? I was on record as saying, I say Devontae ain't moving up no 140. He ain't moving up no 140. All of a sudden, out the blue, oh, Devontae's going to move up to 140. Knockout. He moves different. Tank gonna knock this dude into retirement. For real. For real. I agree. Ryan versus Tank sells more than Tank versus Loma. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Tank, look, Loma is already established. Tank is established. Ryan, he's just out here trying to be important and capping and having mental illness shit, you know, as his excuse and his overlay. And then come up here talking about he want Devontae and damn befriend Mike Tyson to believe that bullshit he was talking. If you don't remember, you know what I'm saying? If you don't remember, it was a bunch of bullshit. You know, the disrespect that he did by going on Mike Tyson's damn platform and talking that bullshit.
Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody will ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money, but money's there. Damn. If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me. Oh, my
God. God damn. God damn, Tank. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
Ooh, he's capping. Capping. He's cap.
Yeah, the ones has been over here already. And I'm not gonna let that play too much. But you know what it is. He over there capping in front of Mike Tyson, that bullshit, dog. And Hoover, you know damn well that ain't true. That ain't true, Hoover. Kambosos has self-belief for sure. Solid win versus Loma. Fuck all that exploded esophagus shit. He said exploded esophagus, dog. How the fuck are you living with exploded esophagus, dog? He said, but Tank will whoop him. Haney and Loma will outbox him. Man, Kambosos get his ass beat by both of those. Tank won fight got more revenue than George Kambosos' last 5. Absolutely. And you know what? If he was smart, well, there's no way that can happen. I'm not even gonna go there. But I was saying if Kambosos was smart, he would have tried to get the Gervonta Davis fight. But it's no way Floyd and Gervonta's people is gonna do a 2-fight deal. See, it's okay for him to get a 2-fight deal with Lomachenko because Lomachenko has no plans to move up to 40. You feel me? So Lomachenko's plan is to stay at 35 and 30. 35, 30. He's gonna retire at 35. You know what I'm saying? He said that already. Now, he can't even play around in that motherfucking yard at 40. Lomachenko. He would get smashed. That's the smart thing about Lomachenko. He understands that he take his ass up to 40, he'll get smashed, dog. He'd be in a retirement home quick. So that's why he's standing in the division where he's better suited, better fitted, and he understands who his competition is. It's not very deep. That's why he's at the top. You go to 40, you got problems. The Bella pimping Scambosis out of at your local Red Roof Inn for the highest bidder, right? We got Scambosis over here, Scambosis. She had them pimping them at the Red Roof. You know what? If somebody like Mitch is talking about the Red Roof, that means he's been there. He's done sit up there and found a shawty and took her to the Red Roof Inn, man. For real, after the club. He's been there. Mark, they're not calling for them fights, but tank handlers will pick those ops. Yeah. I mean, Tank, we already know how they picking shit for him. TMT want Loma years ago. If y'all may remember, Floyd publicly said Tank would stop Loma. At the point when he was trying to put Gervonta out there, they was having riff. You know what I'm saying? They you know, it was some negative energy between these two. We already know what Floyd did. You know what I'm saying? He took some material things away from that he had bought for Gervonta's mom and stuff like that. It was some riff. So, you know, Floyd came out and said, yeah, he's ready to fight Loma. You see, the fight never happened because he was just putting it out there to the media, being antagonistic. You know what I'm saying? Tank pressed for an early KO and broke his hand. After that, he had to fight a different fight. Yeah, but I don't think he pressed for an early KO, Mark. It's just the great solid defense by Isaac Cruz when he had somewhat of the high guard. You know, being he is shorter, you know, he's damn near the same, or not shorter than Tank. He was therefore able to damn get the high guard. When Tank shot the left uppercut, it came in at a weird angle. When it finally hit, it hit off the wrist and the glove of Isaac Cruz. And when Tank whips that damn left uppercut, he's sending that motherfucker with everything. And I think it fucked up his wrist because, you know, he said it. Isaac Cruz was a shorter fighter, and he used to fighting taller fighters. And when he shot that uppercut, you can see it. Hit the replay. You can see that motherfucker when he threw it with all that power, it hit at an odd angle, and he fucked up his wrist. But hey, Tank is a savage, bro. Tank is a savage. Like I said before, the sparring sessions he done had with several people, I'm pretty sure they was entertaining. But the one I seen with Brian Norman was freaking legendary in my opinion. They was off the motherfucking clock. Look, they not only did they sparred twice down here, right? And both times the second was off the clock from the beginning. So you can imagine what was going on in the gym. The first one, they was on the clock for like 4 rounds. There was so much trash talking in there. And people said, oh, we can cut the fucking clock off, you know, blah, blah. Tank is about to smoke. Tank said, okay, cut the motherfucker off. I don't care. And they went to war then. If that shit, look, I guarantee you, if that sparring session they had, the second one especially, was out here on social media, that shit would be about 15 million easy. 15 million easy. And I don't know why people don't like recording shit like that. Because I guess in that case, I don't know, man. I just think it would have did great for both fighters. Because everybody know Brian Norman is a motherfucking animal. He's a beast. We know Tank is a motherfucking savage. And it was a lot of trash talking up there. It was one way in, one way out. The shit was legendary. And unfortunately, people wanted to act like it was motherfucking damn Fort Knox. Cut off all phones, no videos. And that's not the first gym I've been to where they locked down. Shit. Wilder's training session, in my opinion, was as far as security goes, no cameras, super strict. But at least I got to see the sparring though, so I ain't complaining. Rolly's a scary fight because he doesn't give a uck about nothing. He isn't scared to get hit, and he knows when he got his hands. The one thing about Rolly, he is that dude what you just mentioned. Rolly Romero has a different type of fiber about him. Rolly is that dude that would line up. Let's just say he wanted to play Little League football. Rolly was trying to convince the coach who was telling him, Rolly, you forgot your helmet. No, I didn't. No, Rolly, you need your helmet. No, I'm good. Rolly's the type of person that celebrates with a teammate with no helmet on and headbutts. They headbutt each other. His teammate has a helmet on and Rolly doesn't. And he starts bleeding and big ass hematoma, arise on his forehead. And Rolly's like, yeah, I'm good, coach. Let me play. No, you can't fit your helmet on, dummy. I still want to play though. They put me out there, coach. You can't play anymore, man. You got a big ass hematoma. I told your damn ass to put the helmet on before you went out there. Rolly go out there and playing with no helmet, big ass hematoma, and talking about, okay, I'll put the helmet on now, coach. Shit don't fit. Rolly got railroaded. Absolutely he did. Teach on deck, man. I see you. Me personally, I look at it as blaming both Haney's side and Kambosa's side not coming to agreement. The channels are following our own Haney side and can't agree with that. You're going to always have certain channels up here that rock with certain fighters. Okay. You know what? People already know who I'm rocking with. But when it comes to reporting, even for your fighter, you have to have some type of fairness. I know some people on this YTC don't give a fuck about fairness. I get that shit. But for me, you got to have some type of integrity to your reporting. Though you in the company, of controversy. You're talking about the sport of boxing, a system that is absolutely corrupt. You got to do what you got to do. But for me, you got to have integrity on shit. And just to say it's one fight, okay, Kambosa's, he blackballing Devin and he don't want to fight him. That may be true. But I definitely want to know what was the offer that was insulting and ridiculous. And I'm going to try to find out after this live. And people, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I have to do parental duties. I got to go take care of something right quick. But I'll definitely be on a little bit later. And in the process, I'm definitely going to call somebody up that I think has the information about this. I just didn't have time earlier. You know what I'm saying? But I will leave my live up and just drop the link so I can return back in 12 hours like a lot of channels do. They be staying up for damn motherfucking 30 hours and shit. I should just drop the link and have other people run my channel and shit. But that's not the way I do business, dog. You know what I'm saying? I should just leave it up and go shopping at the mall and shit, come back. You know what I'm saying? Just have some shit popping off. But I'll be on a little bit later, man. But you have my word. I'm gonna make some phone calls and try to find out about this this absurd and preposterous counter offer that was supposedly returned by Eddie Hearns. I really want to know what that's about. But man, hey, salute to y'all for pulling up. Thanks for the donations. Appreciate y'all pulling up to the avenue, man, and supporting WCS, man. And I'll be on a little bit later. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.